Hello! In today's Archaeoscoop, my top 3 headlines are as follows. Headline number 1 comes from Egypt, and in particular the site of Abu Sir al-Malak, where archaeologists are simply stunned by the level and the organisation behind looting at various sites, many sites across the country. In particular, the archaeologist Dr. Monica Hanna is really doing her best to highlight the wave of looting which has occurred in recent months and years. The site that's mentioned, Abu Sir al-Malak, is actually the focus of an article where it's estimated 70% of the site has been destroyed in the pursuit of artefacts, presumably for smuggling and for sale in other countries, including Britain and the US, China, so on and so forth. It's deeply upsetting, and actually when you read the article, they come across human remains, the remains of sarcophaguses, or sarcophagi rather, pharaonic period remains, just scattered, context destroyed, and out for the environment and the sun to have their wicked way with, so not being looked after either. This is a genuine shame. I just thought I'd highlight this article, and indeed another article with it, headline 1b, examining actually Dr. Monica herself. Dr. Monica herself, and the work that she's doing in trying to highlight this horrendous looting problem in Egypt. So check those out for more on that. Headline number 2 comes from a river in Scillion, Ceredigion in Wales. Where a long-lost medieval stone has been uncovered. An archaeologist was out for a walk and happened to spot this stone in the river. The water on the surface of the stone had highlighted the inscribings on it, which are thought to date from the 9th or 10th century, and in particular have lozenge shapes and crosses. Lozenges are a very popular shape in archaeology, basically they're sort of ovoid, I guess. Anyway, this stone isn't unknown actually. It's previously been examined, and actually a cast was made of it for the National Museum of Wales, but somehow it ended up in a river. So that's still a mystery yet to be solved, and hopefully this website or whoever wrote the article will follow up on that mystery and publish the results of their findings. Nonetheless, great find. Who knows what you're going to find when you go out for a walk these days. So well done to that archaeologist for being so eagle-eyed and on the case. So there you go, that's headline number 2. Headline number 3 actually comes from a Danish field on the island of Bornholm, where a slim naked figurine has been found. A woman casting gold, essentially, about 3 grams of gold, and around about 4.2 centimetres tall. I don't know about that big, I guess. And it's the 5th of a series of figurines which have been found in that area. Now, these are quite rare, and they date from around about the 6th century. And it's starting to get people curious as to why these figurines are being buried in this area. Perhaps there was a series of springs in the area which made it sort of a holy or revered place. Nonetheless, the only way that people will actually be able to really find out the reasoning behind this is by excavation. And it sounds as though at the end of the article there is some intent to pursue these questions with an archaeological agenda, essentially. So set out an excavation plan and go forward. So that could be really interesting, not least because these figurines are fascinating little things, and I'd love to know more about them and how they got there and why they were being deposited. So there you go, those are the top 3 headlines from today. Please do check out those along with all the other headlines in the past couple of days in the information just below. There are plenty of interesting news stories there to keep you occupied in the coming minutes and hours. So have a good read, have a great time reading those things. As ever, take your time, enjoy, and until next time, bye bye.